You're listening to KPFT 90.1 FM radio coming to you live from Houston, Texas. This is a new conversation with men, and I'm your host, Michael Taylor. And I'd like to welcome you to the show. And for those of you who may be tuning in for the first time, a new conversation with men is an opportunity to create dialogue and conversation amongst men to empower them and to hopefully help them improve the quality of their life. It is a positive show designed to negate some of the negativity that we see about men throughout our media. And so this conversation is open to men of all ages, all religions, all races. It's also open to women. We definitely love to have women giving their input and insights into this conversation. The show is designed to help us understand that differences don't have to mean divisions. In other words, we can be different, but we don't have to be divided. Unfortunately, in our society, we allow our differences sometimes to divide us, and then we take positions saying that, because I'm this race or this religion, I have to be different and separate from you. But this show is a little different. It's just an opportunity to have a conversation, to have dialogue, and to create unity, not divisiveness. And so that is the hope. That is my hope for the show, and that's why I do the show, because I believe there's enough negative stuff out there in the world today. And so, as the saying goes, be a light in the darkness, and that's what I'm trying to do, be a light in the darkness. And so, our last show, which was about 3 weeks ago, was a really good show. And it really acknowledged to me that I'm actually fulfilling my vision for the show in having conversations that allow everyone to voice their opinion without attacking, without condemning, being non-judgmental, and just being open to dialogue. And we had a wonderful show, and the topic of the show was, is it possible for a man to create monogamous relationships? That was the topic of the show. And that topic obviously can be a very heated discussion, but yet everyone that called in provided some insights and information, I thought, which was very beneficial. In case you did not tune into the show, we had a gentleman call in, and he said that he thought the reason that some men weren't able to be monogamous was because there were so many women versus men that, for whatever reason, that caused some men to stray, which was an interesting concept. And then there was another gentleman who called in from Africa, who I believe he thought I was attacking his culture when I was promoting monogamy, because in Africa, apparently polygamy is accepted and it's not illegal there. And as we engaged in a dialogue and conversation, he had an interesting point of view, which, coming from his country and a different culture, I can understand that. And it was just a wonderful dialogue between two men just trying to look at other people's point of view. And that is why we have this show. And then I had a female call in on the last show, and I have to admit that I was really moved by her honesty and her courage into talking about how she and her husband had created this open relationship in which, when they got married, they decided that it was okay for them to seek other sexual partners if they chose to, as long as they were open and honest with each other. And that, again, it's out of my belief system, but I really appreciated her honesty and openness in sharing that information. And so that's what a new conversation is about. It's about us having a dialogue with each other, looking at different points of view, and remembering that we can be different but still not be divided.